Welcome to this edition of the Rhody Reporter. I'll be your host for this segment, Diana Lozowski. As we record this segment of our video series, Rhode Island Governor Gina Raimondo has just received U.S. Senate confirmation of her appointment to the Biden cabinet. Hallelujah! Over the last 7 weeks, Ms. Raimondo's singular focus on bringing that D.C. plum home has also had its darker side. While channeling her ever-thought to her problems in the nation's capital, the governor has seemingly invested no attention whatsoever in the goings-on here at home. It seems every week is a critically important week these days. During Her Excellency's spiritual absence from Smith Hill, though, the COVID vaccination program was left to founder, and it did. You may recall that when her first draft of the federally mandated plan was delivered to the CDC, there was one little problem with it that the medical community quickly identified. The then governor's originally priority for administering the shots put young children right at the head of the line. Your Rhody reporter applauds Ms. Raimondo's maternal instincts. Too bad she and the Rhode Island Department of Health missed the fact that none of the vaccines being readied for emergency use had seen any pediatric testing. So there were no vaccines approved for use on children. And that was just the most obvious fail. No effective logistics had been planned for storing or transporting the vaccines. Nor was there sufficient space or staff in place to administer the shots once the meds could be delivered. None of this is rocket science, folks. Maybe we can all understand that the governor was distracted while overseeing the development of this plan. But we then also have to understand that she could not bring herself to delegate any real power to her lieutenant governor. He could have kept an eye on things, but sad to say, they seem to not have been on speaking terms. While all of this politicking was in progress, year 2020 came to a close with Little Rhody ranking third among U.S. states in COVID deaths and also third in active cases per capita. Ours was the only state to make the top 10 in these ugly categories on both lists. By New Year's Day, however, the governor's ascension to the post of Secretary of Commerce was announced. Curiously, at the same moment, the governor's PR machine began to ramp up the national noise on her behalf. Could all of that overtime been meant to drown out the news of these worst of the 50 public health stats? It now falls to the newly elevated Governor Dan McKee to spin some gold out of the straw he's received as Secretary Raimondo's parting gift. Too bad she couldn't make it to his inauguration, despite the fact being back that weekend. While she may have made her next personal move by the skin of her teeth, she has all left us fighting the pandemic without any personal leadership.